Welcome to the Know, I'm Brian. Is Heroes of the Storm in trouble? Kind of sounds like it. Blizzard says it's shifting developers away from the game and onto other projects. That is never a good sign. But in a potentially more troubling sign, the developer also says it's canceling the game's upcoming tournaments next year. In a post, Blizzard said, "We now have more live games and unannounced projects than at any point in the company's history. We're also at a point where we need to take some of our talented developers and bring their skills to other projects. As a result, we've made the difficult decision to shift some developers from Heroes of the Storm to other teams." Now, Blizzard also said that two esports events, the Heroes Global Championship and Heroes of the Dorm, won't return in 2019. Blizzard says they're not abandoning the game, but they say they're setting it up for long-term sustainability. The developer added, "We'll continue actively supporting the game with new heroes, themed events, and other content that our community loves, though the cadence will change." So, sounds like they're trying to spin this, but it doesn't look great for Heroes of the Storm, and that's kind of a bummer. I know some of the fans have been really upset about this online. A top executive at Riot Games has been suspended without pay after an investigation into allegations of misconduct. Kotaku, which initially broke the story, reports that Riot's chief operating officer, Scott Gelb, will be suspended for 2 months after employees alleged that he, quote, repeatedly touched subordinates' balls or butt or farted in their faces. Allegedly, it was in a joking manner, but clearly employees were not laughing. Ugh. This is COO, man. You can't be touching balls and butts and farting in people's faces. Come on, dude. In an email to employees this week, Riot CEO said, "We are committed to protecting rioters' privacy and the integrity of the investigation process." But they did discuss Gelb's punishment, but added that many of the rumors circulating about Scott within the company, in the media, and other channels are not true. They didn't elaborate, though, and some employees are pissed that he wasn't fired. This is part, of course, of the long-running scandal at Riot when it comes to workplace misconduct. But hey, apparently if you're the COO, you don't have to lose your job.
Yeah, I know. You just get 2 months off without pay, which...
And a firm "don't touch people's balls anymore" admonishment. Jesus, wow. That is a mess. A new trailer from BioWare has given us a little more insight into the game's story. It's for the Legion of Dawn edition of the game, but the trailer, which was first shown on IGN, talks about a group of warriors who saved humanity at some point in the past. And then there was one warrior in particular who gave her life in that struggle, but we don't have any more info about her other than the fact that she's now this very revered figure. We got this shot of her like in armor, kind of like in the Game of Thrones when they would go down into like the catacombs at Winterfell and kind of see all the, the ancestors. It kind of reminded me of that a little bit. There was some gameplay too. It looked cool. The game itself is due out on February 22nd for PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. We finally got a release date for Metro Exodus. The post-apocalyptic first-person shooter will release February 15th, according to a tweet from the game's official account. Now, you might remember that the game was supposed to release in the fall of this year. Obviously, that didn't happen. The game takes place in 2036, 2 years after the event of Metro Last Light, and it's set in the former Russian Federation, and there is a lot of snow. We also got a look at the opening cinematic for the game, which will wrap up the much acclaimed series. It will release for PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One. Amy Hennig, the writer and director who is known for her work on the Uncharted series, will receive a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Game Developers Conference next year. In a release, the GDC said, "Over the course of more than 3 decades, Amy has established a multifaceted career in game development, starting with development on the Atari 7800 up to the modern PlayStation 4 platform." It added that the award will celebrate her outstanding artistry, creativity, and her incredible impact on game development. Hennig also headed up the ambitious Star Wars game from Visceral Games. Sadly, though, that was shut down last year and it never happened. Still, though, she will be in very good company getting this award. Past recipients have included Shigeru Miyamoto, Tim Sweeney, Hideo Kojima, and Sid Meier, just to name a few. The final DLC for Spider-Man Silver Lining is coming soon, and with that, developer Insomniac Games announced 3 more suits for the Web Slinger. But lots of fans were really disappointed by the absence of one very well-known suit, the one Spider-Man wore in the Sam Raimi films back in the 2000s. Now, one fan, Cade Scott, scolded Insomniac for leaving out the Raimi suit, tweeting a photo of the suit and writing, "Come on, Insomniac, you said you were listening." And Insomniac responded, little cryptically saying, listening doesn't mean we always will do what people tell us to. We hear you. Hearing doesn't mean we always act or follow. So I guess that's a no. Maybe there's some sort of legal entanglement here that we don't know about, because this seems like a glaring omission, especially considering all the suits that are included in the game. It's like, here's Spider-Man looking like a pirate. Here's Spider-Man with a broom. Here he is with just some yellow shit on a black suit. You couldn't have the Sam Raimi suit? Really? You got all this? Anyway, here's Spider-Man in his pajamas. We got that. Not the Sam Raimi suit, though. All right. So I wish this was on PC so somebody could mod it in. Still, though, it is a great game. All right, let's wrap up by talking about Death Stranding. It is safe to say that it is one of the most anticipated and mysterious games that's currently under development. Even some of the actors involved have been quoted as saying they don't know what it's about. And the trailers, they haven't helped much either. Well, a new employee of Kojima Productions said once he started working at the developer and got a look at the game, he was really surprised at what it was, to say the least. DualShockers quoted Aki Saito, the new head of marketing and communications, as saying that the game wasn't even close to his preconceived notions. In a tweet, he said that once he actually saw the game, he thought, oh my God, the game is nothing I thought it was. So I guess that's a sign that we still really don't have a clue. No release date yet. I was hoping to get one at the Game Awards, but I'm still waiting. All right, that is all the news we've got for this Friday. Let us know what you think about all these stories down in the comments below. And for all your news from every corner of the internet, like this video, subscribe to The Know, hit us up on our website, theknow.tv.
Don't touch other people's balls, unless they say it's okay.
Still though, just stay away from balls. That's just a good rule of thumb from your pal Brian.